All right, welcome everybody to the Board of Appeals meeting. The meeting will be held in person at the Sutton Town Hall, also with access virtually via the online Zoom app or by phone at 1-929-205-6099. The meeting ID is 815-0476-0292 with a passcode number of 197475. All right, at this moment, I entertain a motion to reopen the hearing on 12 Davis Circle.
Make a motion to reopen the hearing.
I'll second that, Kyle Bergeson.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Dan Trilly, aye.
Rick DeShane,
Kyle Bergeson, aye.
Pat O'Hara, aye.
aye. All right.
Rich Haskins, aye.
All right, welcome back, Jeff. Do you have any more new information that you'd like to share with us?
Yes. So following up on last month's meeting, we had the site walk that following Saturday. We discussed a few issues with the board and also with the abutters. The two items that we want to address here tonight and discuss are drainage and the height of the overall structure. So we've made an attempt to reduce the height of the structure from what was proposed during the previous meeting, and to add additional grading on the site in order to ensure that we are not increasing any kind of water flow from our property to any of our abutting properties. So this is the updated site plan that we're presenting. I've only highlighted one number on here, the 17 feet, as the only change from what we had seen during the previous meeting. We have actually decreased the width of that four-season room in order to bring the peak down a little bit of that room. And that increases the setback from the prior meeting. We were at 15 feet. We're now at 17 feet off the left-hand side to that corner. So that's the only update we have on this drawing from the previous meeting. This is the updated preliminary septic design, which includes grading. We added grading in the driveway area to show that the driveway is elevated slightly above the road, and then it pitches towards the garage. We then will pitch the water around the garage, and there will be swales down the left-hand side of the property in order to ensure that it actually travels on grade on our property before heading towards the rear lot. I've added some blue arrows on here to try to depict a little bit of the way that the water would flow on our property. On the right-hand side, we have the retaining wall. Again, and that wall is no higher than 4 feet. And that wall will be slightly raised above grade, and then it will pitch back towards our property with some swales as you head down towards the lake as well, to ensure that anything that is falling on our property remains on our property here. So we've added that to the plan here as well. And then these are the new elevation views. And I've added some dimensions where we have the road as being elevation 101 from a reference point and showing the peak elevation. During the site walk, I had made the comment that we were increasing the height of the structure by 15 feet. We've reduced that to an increase of 12.3 feet over the current. So we brought that down. We did that by changing the roof pitch on the house and bringing the roof pitch down, and also decreasing the width of that four-season porch so that that peak does not extend up higher than the main peak of the house. So those two changes were made to the plans in order to try to minimize the increase in height of the structure and take into consideration some of the concerns that were addressed during the prior meeting. And then these are the other two elevation views, just showing a little bit of the reduced height here as well. So those are the updates that we had since our last meeting. I'll just probably go back to this one, and if there's any questions, I can address those. Thank you.
Jeff, Rich Haskins, I have a couple of questions, please.
Go ahead, Rich.
Thank you. Nice job on the revision, Jeff. What is the, I think the current height was, not the height, but elevation was, of the peak was 126 feet, if I recall. And what is that number today?
123.8.
Okay, so about 3 foot reduction.
Yes, approximately.
And that would be about 23 feet above the level of the road.
Correct.
Okay. With the reduction in your, thank you, with the reduction in the, in your 4-season room, isn't a 4-season room, just a room. And the reduction of your additional room off the back, the reduction in the size, what is the overall square footage of the house now? The
So the
footprint.
building footprint, we had previously been at 2366 during the last meeting.
Yep.
We've reduced that to 2319.
Okay,
2319, you said?
Correct.
all right, those are my questions. One other question, and it's really more for, I believe for conservation, but in, the runoff was certainly a concern from the abutters that we heard on that Saturday morning. Have you thought about, maybe since the driveway is pitching towards the garage, have you thought about any sort of like a French drain, same with the downspouts, any sort of perimeter drain to really control that runoff in a heavy rain?
Yes, we've thought about it, discussed it with the engineer. There is some concerns with high water table and whether or not we can do any subsurface infiltration systems on the property. So that has to be discussed with the engineer and conservation's consultant to see whether or not we can go with any kind of subsurface drainage.
Okay,
We would prefer subsurface if possible, if it's allowed, but due to close proximity to the water table, they may require everything to be done at grade.
I got it. Again, I think that's a question for conservation to ask and have answered, but I was just curious about that because I think that might help to address the concerns that your abutters, your neighbors have. Those are the questions I had. Thank you.
All right, any more questions from the board? All right, is there anyone here who would like to speak this evening? Everybody's good? All right.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
I can't see the audience, but is there anybody in the audience who might have been at the previous meeting?
yes, I think everyone is.
Okay.
3?
Yep.
Yep.
And I heard you ask, and it didn't seem like anyone was planning to speak up. So
Nope. All right. Do we have any other questions or anything like that? Everybody's good? All right. I would entertain a motion to close the hearing then.
I'll make a motion to close the hearing.
Dave Shirley, second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Chris O'Hara, aye.
Dan Petrelli, aye.
Rick DeShane, aye.
Kyle Bergerson, aye.
Pat O'Hara, aye.
Rich Haskins, aye.
All right. So we can jump right into a work session on this or approve some minutes. Why don't we jump right into a work session? That could be in a
Sounds
few
good.
minutes. Entertain a motion to open a work session.
I'll make a motion to open the work session for 12 Davis Circle.
I'll second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor?
Chris O'Hara, aye.
Dan Petrelli, aye.
Rick DeShane, aye.
Kyle Bergerson, aye.
Pat O'Hara, aye.
Rich Haskins, aye.
All right, I'll entertain a motion on this petition. The applicant is requesting a special permit to permit the construction of a new non-conforming residence on an existing non-conforming lot. Anyone like to make a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Like- Can anybody hear me?
We have a motion. Can I get a second on that?
I'll second that, Kyle Ferguson.
All right, we've got a motion and a second. We would like to start some discussion.
I think they did a really good job addressing the concerns of the abutters. I think taking down the height was really good and addressing the drainage situation. So I think it's going to be a good improvement.
The retaining wall, Lynn, do we need to mention that? Which it's at,
It meets the
4 feet, so-
requirement.
okay. Yeah, I mean, I feel as though he's done a good job trying to appease the neighbors and not have a big giant house there in front of everybody. I know there was some concern about the view, but I think the house is trying to stay low, and so I think it's a good plan.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think there's often a sort of like back and forth between the board where the project starts really big and we ask for reductions. And I feel like this one came in sort of like close to like what would you accept as a final state already, which I appreciate.
Yep.
It's pretty reasonable. You know, he's keeping it to 1 story from the street. Yeah, I mean,
Do we want to go through the checklist?
the appropriateness of the specific site as location for the use.
Residential zone, residential house,
Residential use.
residential use.
I know in general, we try to move towards conformity whenever possible, and I appreciate that they located the house as best they could on the sort of like little area that would be not in the setbacks. Obviously, couldn't fit a house there, but that's good too. So specifically on the site, I think they tried to make it as conforming as we can get. Adequacy of public sewerage and water systems.
Yeah, I think they're improving the septic situation there. So I think that'll be an all.
Right.
And a new well as well, so.
No cesspool. The effect of the developed use upon the neighborhood.
Single family house to single family house. I don't know if it was lived in before, but obviously someone lived there at one time.
Mhm.
Can't see it causing a huge nuisance to the neighborhood.
Mhm. Whether there be undue nuisance or serious hazard to vehicles or pedestrians. Let's just do that first half first.
Again, I don't see any big changes here that would change what was already there. You have a small driveway with a garage.
Yeah.
Cars coming in and out of that.
I mean, was there any driveway before at all?
I think it was on street. If I remember.
I think actually that's an improvement. I don't think there even was enough room to put
Yeah,
a
I
car
think
there.
there's a tiny bit of
Street
parking,
parking.
but definitely now with driveway, at least you got a little bit there.
Whether adequate and appropriate facilities were provided to ensure the proper operation of proposed use, structure or condition.
Brand new house with all kinds of new facilities. I think it will be.
Yeah.
Quite adequate.
Going to condition that it matches the plans.
And we usually do always condition the as-built, but John should probably review the grading aspect of it as well. I think just to make sure. I know that was a concern of ours.
Yeah.
The drainage, so I'm sure it'll be captured in the as-built of the system, but I think if they're gonna turn in an as-built of the foundation and stuff, they might as well have a grading as-built as well.
Mhm.
The drainage was a concern.
Mhm.
Dan, are we done with the checklist?
Yep, that's all 5 of them.
All right, so I have a comment that in the initial meeting, there was There was the discussion of the deed restriction, and I believe that should be a condition as well, that the deed would be restricted to a 2-bedroom house based on the septic design as well as the size of the house. And just as a commentary, I guess, I think Jeff has done a great job with his engineer and designing a house that is appropriate to the neighborhood. It's in my opinion, it's certainly an improvement, because what's there now is really unusable and uninhabitable because of the septic system or cesspool that's there. So I think all around it's a great improvement. I think he he has every intention to keep harmony with the neighbors, and hopefully that works out long term for him and for them.
Well said. All right, any other discussion? So we had a motion to grant a special permit. We had a motion in a second, so all those in favor?
Dave Charlie, aye.
Rick DeShane, aye.
Kyle Ferguson, aye. Pat O'Hara, aye.
Rich Haskins, aye.
The ayes have it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Do we need a motion to close the working session? I think we're all set.
If you've really done it, but that's fine.
What's that? Yeah, we don't usually do it.
Okay.
All right, we have a couple of sets of meeting minutes in front of us.
Yes, we do.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve meeting minutes from December 9th, 2021.
I'll second that, Pat O'Hara.
All right, and a motion in a second to approve the December 9th meeting minutes before us. All those in favor?
Rich Haskins, aye.
Dave Charlie, aye.
Rick DeShane, aye.
Kyle Ferguson, aye.
Pat O'Hara, aye.
The ayes have it. I also have a set of meeting minutes from January 6th.
I'll make a motion that we approve meeting minutes from January 6th, 2022.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve the meeting minutes from January 6th before us. All those in favor?
Chris Patera, aye.
Dave Charlie, aye.
Rick DeShane, aye.
Kyle Ferguson, aye.
Pat O'Hara, aye.
Rich Haskins, aye.
Think I
Is
can
there
make-
any anything to reference for the plan?
Yes. I was using this one.
Yeah, that's the number at the bottom, 21-0560. Is that the right one? Yes. No. No, that's not the right.
One I'm seeing, yeah.
For architectural or for site?
That would be site.
How's this, so that's.
Yep.
Latest are dated January 27th.
That's received, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I put the number on there too, yeah.
yeah, probably should. This one is dated and then the number of the seller plan.
And for architectural, I was just looking at this one.
Same thing, I guess if you note the architectural dated, it's received January 27th. That appears to be the only way. All it has that revision 1/1/16/22.
Oh. yeah, you're right.
So what happens now is I print it all out.
Pen of some kind. Just gonna cross off James. He's not on.
Lindy, do you need me to sign this report?
No, I just need your approval.
Okay. Seems like a slow year. There was only
It was.
eight. Well, we didn't cut our pay because we only had 8 of them. All right, I would entertain a motion to adjourn the hearing if there's nothing else.
Do we need to vote on approving that one, or it's just,
Which one?
I'm
do
sorry.
we need to vote on approving this sheet?
No. The annual
Attendance
report.
stuff, no.
Make a motion to adjourn.
A motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor?
Dave Shirley, aye.
Rick DeShane, aye.
Kyle Bergson, aye. Pat O'Hara, aye.
Rich Hoskins, aye.
The ayes have it. See you next month.
You got anything lined up next month?
3.
3.